tips, you can step here to review the Kamen Rider Drive DX Shingou-Ax and Signal Chaser. So as the name suggests, this is Kamen Rider Chaser's main weapon, the Shingou-Ax, otherwise known as the ShingouAx, and Signal Chaser being his little signal bike that he transforms using the Mach Driver into Kamen Rider Chaser. There's lots of chases going on here. Now this was released in April of 2015 for about 4,200 yen, depending on where you picked it up. And if you picked it up on release day, chances are you got one of these, the Shift Speed prototype, which fans of the show will recognize as Chase's little shift car that restored his memories and let him project them into the sky for all to see. Is that the thing that happened? So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this open and take a look. And here is the Shingou-Ax, as well as the Signal Chaser and the Shift Speed prototype. We're going to go ahead and move those out of the way. We'll take a look at them later. So let's focus on the Shingou-Ax itself. Now, in the show, the Shingou-Ax is a huge weapon. It is a giant axe. You can kind of tell where we're at right here by looking at Chase's silhouette. So it's a pretty big axe. So obviously the toy is much smaller. But if you look at it from just like an axe standpoint, it's not a bad size. And it is on, too. That's a thing that is happening. It's a pretty decent size. I don't think it actually disappoints. Now, if you compare it to the show, yes, it's really dinky. But just kind of looking at it from an axe standpoint, it makes a pretty decent size for like just a standard like throwing axe or just kind of like a yard work sort of axe or anything like that. So it's not a bad size. I think it's got a decent amount of heft for just being all plastic. So at the end of the day, I think they did a pretty decent job on it from all things considered. That wasn't a sentence, but we'll go with it anyway. So the on and off switch is right back here, and the button for activation is right there. Batteries to AAA's go right there. So if we flip it around, it tells you what it's called in case you forgot. LEDs right here, here, and here. So you can easily see that this is designed after a signal light, like a traffic walking signal thing. I don't know the proper name for those. A street crossing traffic light thing? Yeah. So we see them every day, and I have no idea what they're called. So you got the walk. Don't walk up here, walk down here, which is now stand there like an idiot, and then slash like a man. So you got that, and then here is a little box that you press to go, hey, I'm standing here, please change so I can cross the street. Or you just jaywalk and ignore the button altogether. But that is the basics of the Shingou-Ax. So if you press the button here, that's really it. You get one axe sound, and that is really it. You go ahead and press the button. You do get an explosion sound at the end if you do the whole wait and go thing. So up here it tells you to wait, and then you'll just sort of stand there and wait, and then it'll say go for it, and you're like okay, and then you kill people with it. That's basically how this works. So that's about all you can do there without any sort of single bike? Yeah, it does take one single bike. So you pop that in. It'll start the final attack, but it won't do anything after that. But you do get a cool, more kind of super-powered slash attack. It does this cool thing where you can hit it up to 5 times and it'll make that many explosions. So I just did 2 right there. If we do 5. And if you delay some of your hits, it will actually read that in here. Sort of like when you're doing the lever of the driver. It's something very similar to that. So that's kind of cool. You can make little tunes out of it, I guess. But to commence with the final attack, you hit the button down here. And the day has been saved thanks to Kamen Rider Chaser. So to release the signal bike, or whatever you have in there, there's a lever right there. And pop that out. And just for proof, you can use anything in there that fits. So it doesn't have to be a signal bike. It can be whatever you please, as long as it's got the little rails and stuff. So as long as it's a viral core, a shift car, or a signal bike, you're good. That was an unnecessarily long explanation. So that is the ShingouAx. There really isn't anything more to the toy. A lot of people are saying you can combine it with the brake gunner. You can't. There is no actual way of doing that. You can kind of joke around a little bit, and the pictures I've seen had these lined up. There's no way to actually connect them. You can line them up like that and transform while you're at it, because I just leave all my toys on because that's what people do. And you can do the same thing up here. They kind of almost fit together, but they don't. But like I said, there's no actual way to fit these together, but color scheme wise, they look absolutely beautiful together. I love this duo of weapons. So let's go ahead and take a look at the signal bike for Chaser. So here's Signal Chaser. It is designed after the Ride Chaser, just like Mach's is designed after the Ride Macher. So it's pretty cool. I like the color scheme. I like the little skull on the front there. They did a pretty good job converting it into a signal bike, but nothing too crazy. Now, since Kamen Rider Chaser uses the Mach Driver to transform, that's what we're going to start with. So here we go. So in a similar vein to Type High Speed or Mega Max Flare or something like that, the Signal Chaser gives you Type Get Next, which is kind of a powered up version of Type Next that the Signal Mach gives you. So that's kind of cool. It's a little bit of an upgrade, so to speak. Man, your own signal bike can be used in this thing. So it plays that same weird Who Wants to Be a Millionaire-esque theme that all of these signal bikes seem to give. But it does say Chaser instead of Signal or Mach. So here is the Shift Speed prototype, the campaign bonus. You got this when you bought either the Shingou-Ax, it was like April 18th or whenever the Shingou-Ax actually came out. If you bought the Shingou-Ax, the Trailer-Hou, the Drive Driver, the Mach Driver, or the Zenrin Shooter, you were eligible to get one of these. Now some stores did it differently, but that was the main campaign by Bandai. I picked mine up through HLJ and they included this one, so... it's a wonderful little shift car. I love this one a lot, and it's probably my favorite shift car to date. I just love the way it looks. I like the black and purple. I like the cybernetic design. I just think it looks really neat. And to top it off, it's painted in a beautiful matte finish that no other shift car currently has that's been released. And I'm just a huge fan of matte finish. I liked it on Facebook. So, inside joke there. It's like one of my favorite sort of finishes on toys, and it's really nice. I like it quite a bit. Unfortunately, as you can see right down here, it has the same pin setup as Speed. So you're not going to get any new sounds with this whatsoever. It's just going to say drive type speed in the drive driver, whatever the speed phrase is in the Mach Driver, drive system in the brake gunner, and Speed-Hou in the Trailer-Hou. So you're not going to get any new sounds from this whatsoever, so I'm not going to bother. But it is a absolutely wonderful looking shift car. I love the way that it looks, and I'm glad I was able to get a hold of one. Overall, the Shingou-Ax actually is not all that bad of a weapon. The Trailer-Hou is still the best weapon in Drive's toy line. But outside of that, if you're looking at just the more basic ones, the Shingou-Ax is definitely up there. It's a decent size. It's nowhere near the size in the show, but I think it's a pretty impressive size for an Axe toy. And I can totally get behind that. Plus, the motif with the whole traffic light is just kind of really fun, and it's so goofy that it works. The included Signal Chaser is absolutely great, and while I'm sure it'll be available in capsule or candy toy releases, it's just fun to have the DX1 that matches all the others. Plus, it just looks really nice. If you were lucky enough to get the Shift Speed prototype, then good on you, because that is probably my favorite part of it altogether, and it wasn't even actually part of the toy. But in terms of the Shingou-Ax, it is a pretty decent toy. I wouldn't pay full price for it if you didn't have to, but it is probably one to definitely take a look at if it interests you in the slightest. I do really dig it. So thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye.